she starts trying to, like, pry at my hands, get my hand away from my neck, and I think she's just playing up to the fantasy, so I'm using 2 hands at this point. Now, I'm sure the vast majority of you have already seen my stand-up performance in ChrisMD's latest video, and I have been reading the comments ever since that video has been uploaded, and the feedback I've been getting has just been overwhelmingly positive. Now, Chris did nice me with the editing a little bit, and he did cut out a lot of the bad jokes and the dead bit. There were a few. So today I'm going to react to the full performance and show you what ChrisMD didn't. So before my performance, I was looking to get a little bit of advice from a seasoned professional in the form of Stephen Tries. Now, Stephen's one of the funniest people on YouTube, and he's had experience doing stand-up comedy before, so I thought I would ask his advice about, what I should do for my first performance. So Chris messaged Stephen a couple of days before my performance to see if he was free to sit in on a Discord call to listen to my stand-up routine and give me a couple of tips for the big day. Now, unfortunately, Stephen was unavailable, but he was nice enough to send over a video of himself, just giving me a few tips. Here's the video Stephen sent me 48 hours before my first ever stand-up performance.
Hi Alex, Stephen Tries here. Chris told me that you have to do 5 minutes of stand-up at an open mic night. Tricky. Here's some advice for you. Don't do it. Okay? Tell Chris he can do it, yeah? You on the content, you get on the fucking stage. What's he gonna do, ChrisMD? Oh, I'll get the Jersey Boys on you. The Jersey Boys. Does it mean the musical group? Either way, I'm not scared, mate. Yeah, just tell him to get stuffed, unless he's major signed a contract, in which case he has got the money to drag that out for years and years and years. Yeah, sorry if that's the case.
So with that very helpful advice from Stephen Tries, it was time to perform. Right, so I probably should mention at this point, I have not watched the full performance back yet. So this is going to be my first reaction to it, and I am a little bit nervous for it, because Chris did cut out a lot of the bad stuff, and I do remember it got off to a bad start. Let's have a little watch.
Is this room right now? It's welcome on Alex LeBlanc.
I was absolutely shaking at this point. There's 6 seats kind of on the side that you don't see. Like, all the comedians are lining up kind of in order. So as one person goes up, you sit down, then you move down the seats. And I was 6th out of 20, I believe. Before me, only 2 comedians lasted the entire 5 minutes of their set. Everyone else got, blacked out. One person got blacked out quite quickly within about 2.5 minutes. So pretty soon after their 2-minute allowance. My main goal with this was, as long as I just don't forget my line, if I get blacked out, I don't really care. All right, good evening, everyone. How you doing? Well, I hope you're all enjoying your night so far, and I hope I won't be the reason that all changes. So, 2 bits of information. Oh, God. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, obviously, Chris cut away at that point, probably for that reason. Now, obviously, it wasn't expected. It's not a great joke. I just was expecting just like a little chuckle. So when I heard crickets, I was like, shit. This next part is quite tough to watch. About me before I start, so my name is Alex. I'm from Jersey, a little island off the south coast of England. I'm not going to ask if anyone's from there, because I don't actually fucking know it. Yeah. Oh, God. This was not in the script. I didn't plan to say this, but every comedian before me got up and did a little bit about location and stuff like that. And then just under the pressure of the situation, I was like, shit, I've got to ask. And I know there's going to be no one from Jersey in there apart from Chris. Oh, my God. I really wish I hadn't done this. I really wish I hadn't done this. This was bad. What was the point? I was hoping to get some sort of reaction from the crowd or, like, have someone say something. I just had 2 people just like, yeah. And I was like, well, I can't work with that, so I'm just going to move on. Excellent. Right, well, so Jersey is famous for 3 things. Henry Cavill, he played Superman, he's now in The Witcher. Jersey milk, obviously, and a bit of incest as well. So, again, no one had any reaction to that. Now, again, it's not a great joke, all right? Just saying Jersey's famous for incest, which it kind of is. It kind of is a little bit. I was expecting a little bit of a chuckle. At this point, I was like, shit, it's not going very well, but that oh my God, this guy's face I've just seen. Oh my God, this guy's not even looking at me. Oh my God, I've just seen these 3 guys' faces in the bottom. This guy's fucking hating it. He hates me. One of the people who had the cards was that guy just behind my hand there, and basically they were just calling him a the entire time. He was basically just putting his card up for like fucking everything. So I knew I was gonna get a red card from him, and I'm pretty sure he's the first person to put his card up. At this point, it's not going very well, but I knew those jokes were setting up later jokes, which did get quite a big reaction. So I was like, crap, not starting quite well, but I know I've got stuff coming up. I wasn't too nervous at this point, but I was mindful of it. We're going to gloss over that last one. Second fact about me is, I probably don't have to tell a lot of you about this, but it's very hard for me to attract women. So, It's very quiet.
I have tried the whole Tinder thing, and you know, in Jersey, people say it's quite hard to, you know, meet people in Tinder, such a small island. But I've actually had quite a bit of success on it. I've matched with my sister a few times.
Oh god, when I got that first laugh, a lot of the weight and pressure came off of me. If I was to do this again, I'd probably just start by saying that. Get rid of all the shit beforehand, just start with that, because you need to start off with a big laugh to get people on your side. Once I heard the first laugh, I was like, okay, I've kind of relaxed a little bit. When I came off, Chris, one of the first things he said to me was, you said and quite a lot, but other than that, it was amazing. And I didn't realize I was doing it at the time. Every other word is either or and I thought I was just trying to be a bit like, you know, casual and trying to play off like I've done this before, but you can tell I am quite nervous at this. Wasn't as nervous as some of the other people. There were a few people who did much worse than me. You know, I'm not trying to big myself up, but like, I think if I just didn't say and as much, I would have lasted the whole 5 minutes.
Lovely girl, lovely girl. That first message is always a bit awkward on Tinder though, I find that. I'm stuck there thinking what to say. I'm just like, so, what's Dad making for tea?
That wasn't bad.
My first ever Tinder experience, you know, started out quite well. We went out for a drink, had a chat, that sort of thing. By the end of the night, we ended up back at hers. And, you know, things got a bit hot and heavy, let's say. We had a small little communication breakdown. So at some point in the night, she started to ask me if I would choke her. Now, I had never been asked this before. Apparently, it's quite a common thing among the ladies. You know, I was a bit thrown off by it, you know, as you would be. Not really an everyday request. But, you know, I obliged, because, you know, I'm such a sweet guy. Now, she failed to communicate the fact that during this, she needed to breathe. So I grasped onto this girl's neck with the force of a girl giving her first hand job. Just absolute death grip, you know?
I was trying to do some sort of physical bit with the mic, sounding like I'm choking someone's neck and then they fall I don't think anyone picked up on it. No one had done something like that previously, so I was like, oh, I'll try and do it. Don't think it really worked. This is the bit where it starts to get a bit better now. We're like 2 minutes into the performance and I've had pretty much 2 jokes, which have got a laugh. A lot of the times, the joke takes a long time to get there, so I just need to basically cut down the story. I didn't have a lot of material, so I was just trying to pad out the stories to get to 5 minutes. It is very hard to come up with a 5-minute stand-up routine. I don't understand how people can do this for like an hour, 2 hours. It is ridiculous. Now, Chris told me about this video when I was revealing to him that I've been running his shorts channel for 6 months. Great video. If you haven't seen it, go give it a watch. And then he told me about the potential for doing stand-up at that point. This was 2 months before the video was even filmed. So this was about 3 months ago. From that night, I started drafting my script. I was banking on getting worst case scenario. I basically said I would have done the tattoo, I would have done the nude modeling, that would have been fine. Only thing I wouldn't do is the eyebrows / hair thing, because I have a full-time job, which is why I barely upload. And I can't be showing up to a job interview, which I had the week after, with no eyebrows or hair. When he told me about the safety forfeit, I was like, 100% I ain't doing it. There's no, if I get the eyebrows, I'll do the stand-up. If I got the tattoo or nude, I wasn't gonna do the stand-up.
We've all been there. We've all been there. All right, and you know, this was quite an awkward situation for me. I'd never really been in this situation before. So she starts trying to, like, you know, pry at my hands, you know, get my hand away from my neck, and I think she's just playing up to the fantasy. So I'm using 2 hands at this point. Just really giving it my all.
That was a good joke. One person, it clearly just cut too close to home, and then that's when the first light goes on. One thing that one of the comedians told me before when we were sitting in this green room, just don't look at the lights. Don't know what you're on. Just keep performing. Don't look back, basically.
You know? And, you know, eventually, you know, she managed to communicate the fact that she probably let go.
Oh, God, I nearly lost it at that point. I completely forgot what I was going to say. That 1 second gap literally felt like about 5 seconds. I messed up. The next jokes are in the wrong way round. Every time I was practicing my stand-up, like literally for 2 days prior to this, I was just walking around like my hotel room, just repeating my performance over and over again, making sure I don't forget it. Every time I said a joke in the wrong order, and it wasn't exactly how it was written down, I completely messed up. So I was shitting myself at this point.
When she started turning blue, that was the point that I should probably realise, you know, maybe I should let off and maybe text her next week. See what she's doing.
The laughs on the day were a bit louder than that. The mic just didn't pick it up. Like, it wasn't massively loud, but it was more audible than that, I can assure you.
I think probably telling her she was never going to see her family again was a bit much on my part. I hold my hand up to that.
I don't know why I went so dark. It's just kind of my humour. Two people aren't enjoying it, clearly.
Speaking of family, by the way, I probably should point out that this girl, she wasn't my sister. Don't worry. My sister hates being choked during sex. I learned that one out the hard way. A lot better to ask permission than forgiveness, just saying.
That was the biggest laugh of the night out of, I think, all the comedians. Only 2 people got a round of applause for a joke. That was me, and I think it was the first person who went up. But my laugh was a little louder. I can tell these guys in the bottom here, they are hating it. They fucking hate me. They want to go off and like play some golf or something. I'm lucky that they were to my left and not looking at me, because I would have been absolutely mortified to see these guys' faces.
But me and my sister, you know, we grew up together, obviously. We went to the same primary school. And we had the same favourite teacher as well. He was a lovely guy, you know, one of the best teachers around. If you ever fell down the playground, he was...
This guy at the bottom here, just literally sipping onto his drink as close as he can, looking down, is not enjoying this. There was 2 girls and a guy in the front row who were absolutely fucking loving it. They were, you know, front and center. The bit where I, you know, say, girl, she wasn't my sister. I'm looking directly at that guy because I know he's fucking loving this shit.
One of the ones who would always, you know, come and pick you up straight away and, you know, take you to the nurse's office, hold your hand, all that. Really lovely guy. He had a really hands-on experience with kids, I guess you could say. Some of you can see where this is going. Turns out he was a nonce. So, yeah. Fair enough.
And there it is. I got called off after just under 4 minutes. And it's so not like, once you just get like blacked out, you're just thinking, oh crap, I haven't made it. Because I had literally finished on the word nonce. I literally should have said like, oh, you're not a fan of nonces. It's clearly a touchy subject. If I had said that and then walked off, I would have probably got a fucking standing ovation. I said to like the other comedians and stuff like that when I was in the back room, if I get, you know, backed out, I'm just going to say like, fair enough. Just kind of like accept it and like move on. But like, I should have said at that point, you're not a fan of nonsense, clearly a touchy subject, and then just walked off. That would have been the greatest stand-up routine of all time at that point. There is a lot of stuff in there which I would take out and change. But yeah, I'm quite happy and quite proud with how it went. For a first time, I wouldn't class that as a bomb. It was average, I'd say. It was average. I had peaks of greatness, and then a lot of the time, the jokes just took a little bit too long to hit. But again, like a lot of people were saying that I did very well. I know the jokes which worked, and I know the jokes which didn't work. So I would quite like to do this again. So if this video hits 1,000 likes or 10,000 views, because I get fuck all views, I will go back to the exact same comedy club and I will give this another go, polish up my routine, take out the stuff which didn't work, put in some new jokes, and try and last the whole 5 minutes. So there you go. If you'd like to see me perform stand-up comedy, and you know what, if you live in London, you can even come and watch me. I'll bring Chris along so you have a reason to turn up.